Every time I hear more and more about what the original version of Deadpool 2 would have featured, I get a little bit more sad. As many of you know, I wasn't really a big fan of Deadpool 2, and I put Deadpool 1 up there with some of the best comic book films ever made. So now the director of Terminator Dark Fate, Tim Miller, drops a little bit more details on what his version of Deadpool 2 would have been before he was replaced, so we're gonna talk about that. So a quick recap, because we haven't talked about it in a little bit. Tim Miller directed the first Deadpool. When it came to the second one, he had a lot of ideas, and he was replaced rather late in the cycle. Ryan Reynolds wanted a more meme-ish Deadpool, if that makes sense. And I think that's why a lot of us kind of saw Deadpool 2 as a little more inferior. They also increased the budget so they could do a lot more, and the strengths of Deadpool 1 were built on a smaller budget, which is why it's such a smaller, more tighter film. Now, Tim Miller, while doing the rounds for Terminator Dark Fate, talks a little bit about what his vision originally had, and specifically talks about the Fantastic Four and the X-Men because he loves these characters. So what exactly did Tim Miller want? Well, first and foremost, he wanted a comic accurate Cable, 6'7" tall, and more comic book look and colors. He wanted the character Vanessa to actually become the character she is in the comics, which of course is Copycat. He also was the one that came up with the idea to use the character of Juggernaut. Except with a big change, Juggernaut would have gone face to face and squared off with the Thing from the Fantastic Four. And the other details he drops about this is the fact that it would have also connected more to everything that's happening in the Fox universe with the X-Men, not just that brief little scene. Fox gave him the full go-ahead. Like, they were ready to do this. They were committed. They even got down to the conceptual designs, which I've talked to someone that's confirmed this to me 100%. So that's the what would have been. Honestly, again, I am biased towards this. I love Tim Miller's way of directing. I love what he did with Deadpool 1, and I love that film. So the second one, again, I didn't love it as much, so I wish we could have seen this, and also what his version of The Thing would have been like, right? Because that version had been really great, and what they would have done with him, that could feasibly carry over into the MCU. Who knows which way this would have been taken, but honestly, I'm just bummed we didn't get it because it sounds awesome, and I wish maybe at some point they'll talk a little bit more about it. Probably not, though, because now Disney owns Fox, and Tim Miller, he's probably never coming back.